Gideon, the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, so the Lord gave them into the hands of Midian for the 7 years. The hands of the Midian dominated Israel, and because Midian, the children of Israel, made hiding places for themselves in the mountains, caves, and strongholds. Whenever Israel would plant crops, the Midians, Alkalites, and the people from the east would come up against them. Then they would make camps by them. They would ruin crops and by the land all the way to Gaza. They did not leave any provision behind in Israel, neither sheep, nor cattle, nor donkeys, nor for they came with their livestock, tents, and a swarm of locusts. They were their camels, too numerous to count, and they came into the land to destroy it. Israel was mad, weak before Midian, and cried out to the Lord. When the children of Israel cried out to the Lord because of Midian, the Lord sent them a prophet who said, "Thus says the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up from the land of Egypt and out of that place of slavery. I delivered you from the hands of Egypt and all of your oppressors. I drove them out from before you and gave you their their land. I said to you, I am the Lord your God. Do not worship other gods of the Amorites and whose land you are living. But you have disobeyed me now. The angel of the Lord came and said, under the oak tree an orphan belongs to Jaza and the Abatrites. Gideon, his son, was threshing wheat in a vine press to hide it from the Midianites. The angel of the Lord appeared and said to him, the Lord is with you, O mighty man of valor. Then Gideon said to him, O my Lord, is the Lord is with us, then why has all this happened to us? There was his miracle that our fathers told us about. They said, did not the Lord bring us out of Egypt? Yet now the Lord has forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. Then the Lord turned to him and said, go in the strength of yours, save Israel from the control of Midian. Have I not sent you? And he said to him, O my Lord, how can I save Israel? Indeed, my clan is the weakest. And man said, I am the youngest in my father's house. Then the Lord said to him, but I will be with you, and you will strike the Midianites as one man. Then he said to him, if I have found favor in your sight, give me a sign that it is you who are speaking with me. Please do not depart from here until I come to you and bring out my gift and set it before you. And he said, I will stay until you return. So Gideon went and prepared a young goat and unleavened bread for an ephah of flour. He put the meat in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot. He brought them out and offered them to him under the oak. Then the angel of the God said to him, take the meat of the unleavened bread, then lay them on his rock, and pour out the broth. So he did. The angel of the Lord reached out and tipped the staff that was in his hand and touched the meat that was unleavened flatbread. Fire rose out of the rock and consumed the meat and unleavened bread. Then the angel of the Lord departed from his side. Then Gideon perceived that it was indeed the angel of the Lord. So Gideon said, alas, O Lord, I have seen the angel of the Lord face to face. Then the Lord said to him, peace be with you. Do not be afraid. You will not die. Then Gideon built an altar for the Lord. There he called it, the Lord is peace. Even to this day it stands in Ophrah on the Abatrites, on the Abarites, on the Abarites. That night the Lord said to him, take the bull from your father's herd and the second bull 7 years old. Tear down your father's Bala altar and cut down the ashford pole beside it. Then build an altar to the Lord your God on top of his stronghold in an ordinary way. Take the second bull and offer it as a burnt offering with you, wood of an asher pole that you will cut down. So Gideon took 10 men from among his slaves and did as the Lord told him to. But because he was too afraid of the rest of his father's household and the man of the city to do it, but by day he did it at night. When the man of the city got up early in the morning, the altar of Bala was torn down, and the Asherah pole beside it was cut down, and the second bull had been offered on the new altar that had been built. They said to each other, who has done this? When they had inquired, asked their responsibility, Gideon, son of Joshua, has done this. Then the men of the city said to Joshua, bring out your son so that he may die, for he tore down the altar of Bala and cut down the Asherah pole beside it. Joshua then said to his who stood against him, would you have plead for Bala? Would you save him? For Whoever fights for him will be killed by morning. If Bala is a god, let him fight for himself, for someone who has torn down his altar. Therefore on that day he called him Jerubbaal, saying, Let Bala fight him, for he tore down the altar of Bala. All the Midianites, Alchemites, and the people from the eastern gathered together, and they crossed over and camped in the village of Jezreel. The Spirit of the Lord enveloped Gideon and blew a ram's horn trumpet, and the Abrats assembled behind him. He sent messengers throughout all of Manasseh, and they assembled behind him as well. He also sent messengers to Asher, Zebulun, and Nephtali. These tribes came up to meet them. Gideon said to God, If you will use my hands to save Israel as you have said, I am placing a fleece of wool on the treasure floor. If there is dew on the fleece only, and all of the ground remains dry, then I will know that you will save Israel with my hands, as you have said. So it happened, he got up early the next morning and squeezed the fleece through dew poured out of the fleece to fill a bowl full of water. Then Gideon said to God, Do not let your anger burn against me as I speak only one more time. Please let me perform a test with the fleece once more. Please let the fleece be the only thing dry, and let me there be dew all on the ground. So God did this during a night. Only the fleece was dry, and the dew was all over the ground.